Hello. So in today's section, we will first create a virtual machine in the Google Cloud platform. Then we will create additional users and give them access. We will create some firewall settings to allow or deny the traffic. Then we will be performing auto scaling based on the CPU utilization to add instance. So firstly, we will go to our Google Cloud console. We will click on my first project. We will click on new project and we will give the name as G24AI1037 demo 1 project name. Okay, we will click on create. It will get created. As soon as it get created, we will be able to notify over here. So it has been created. So we will click on this select project. Now we will be in this project. So first we will create a new instance. So to create a new instance, we will need to go to the compute engine. Okay. As soon as we will in compute engine, we will first need to enable this compute engine API to use this functionality to create the VM. Okay, it will take some while creating or enabling the compute engine API. So it will take some while to create the compute engine API. We will wait until then. Alright, so it is about to create. It has been created. Uh, Fine. So as you see, it has been created and we have been redirected to VM instance space over here. Okay, to create an instance in the VM, we can either click on this or from here as well. So we'll click on this option to create the instance name. We can change the name of the instance. Uh, we can give the name VM demo 1. Okay. So in region by default it's selected a US Central and the costing of which is $25. We can choose, we can rename or we can select any other of Asian as well. But if we will do so, the costing will get increased. So we will go with the by default selected, which is US Central low cost. In all these configuration in general, like E2 has been selected for low cost day-to-day computing. It is suitable for this. It will allow a CPU of 0.25 to 32, 1 to 125 GB is being allowed. Compute optimized. All these are being same. Advanced configuration. We can change as desired by our requirement. Standard. Okay, no need to change anything over here. In general purpose. Okay. In machine type, we can select the micro level as we will not need any additional resources. We will only need for our learning purpose. So we will go with the 1 GB is sufficient. Now in OS and storage, by default the Debian OS has been selected and with the 10 GB of memory. If we want to make any changes, we can simply click on change, type, select the operating system. Different operating system being given like Fedora, OpenSUSE, Red Hat, Linux, Ubuntu. So we will go with Ubuntu. It will be easier. It is being given 64-bit focal length. If we need to select any other, it will give error because it is not suitable for our machine. So we will go with the by default selected with 10 GB of space. Click on this. In networking, we will click on allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic, which we will allow. IP4 no need to require IP bandwidth. In observability, if you need to install Ops agent for monitor logging, we can simply click on this. It will get installed. Secure active service account is service account, no need to change. Okay, advanced, then click on create. So it will create our first VM. It will take around only not more than 1 minute. So it will get create. So as you see, it is creating this, and so once the VM will get created, we will go to the IAM rules to define the security measures. So let's wait until this step get completed. Alright, so it has been created as you can see over here. So now we will go to IAM rules uh, to define the security measures to accessing this our GCP control console. Sorry. To go to IAM, simply go to search, type IAM and admin, select this. You will be redirected to this page where you can see already two users account has been created. One is this service account of GCP which had the editor role, and another one is my own account which I have owner access. To further add any new user, we can simply click on grant access. In principles, we need to give the name of the person, their email ID. So I am giving my own personal email ID over here to give access. Okay. Okay. And assignee roles, there are multiple roles are being roles are there. Okay. So to give the basic rule, we will be giving the read only access, so it is being with this role compute viewer. So once this, click on save, it will be updating it in the background. So by this, as you can see, another account has been created with the compute viewer only. So now we will go to the firewall rules in our VM to define the rules. So to go to define any rules, you first need to go to the console over here, type firewall it is, I think, right. In VPC network, we need to add the firewall rules. So in firewall rules, we need to go, then select VPC network, where it is. Right, we are already, I think, in VPC network, where it is. VPC, as you can see, already there are some firewall settings already being created, like default HTTP, it is ingress type, inbound, HTTP server, IP range, TCP 80 ports allow, 1000 priority. For HTTPS is also being created with TCP 443. So to define a new firewall rules, we can simply click on create firewall rules. Based on our firewall rules only, the restriction and allow of the IP will be allowed. So we can give this name of this rule. So we are, since ingress rule is already being created, so I am creating the egress rule, which is outbound rule, so that only the restricted IP or given IP can only access our VM. Logs is okay, default is okay, direction of traffic will be ingress, action on match allow, okay. We can deny as well. If we deny whatever these users or IP we will give, they will be denying the access, so I'm allowing it. Target is specified, we can either select all instance in our network, specify target tag or service account. So I'm using the service account, so the user's account which can access. In this project, since this is the only service account available in our GCP, so I will select this. Destination filter will be 192. You need to give any valid, what you say, IP. If you give any invalid IP, it will restrict it. Okay. So this account and this IP will be only be able to access our VM in the GCP. Apart from these, if any other users from any other IPs trying to access, they will get denied. So in protocol and ports, specified ports. So in TCP, we will be giving 80 port for TCP and 4434 for HTTPS. So now just simply click on create. It will create the firewall rule uh, in our VM. So cool. Oh, go. As you can see, the rule has been created. So now we will look at how we can manage instances for our auto scaling. So for this auto scaling process, we will first need to go to our manage instance group. So we can do one thing, we can click on this. Okay. Now this manage instance is available in compute engine. So you need to go to compute engine option. So once you go over there, scroll down, you will find the option of instance group. In instance group, by default, the instance group page will get load. Click on create instance group. So, so this instance group, it will take care of our auto scaling process. Whenever the utilization is high or down, it will allow the resources. So it's, by default, it has chosen the name instance group 1. So keep the name intact. Instance template is required, it's mandatory because it will be base for the VM to upgrade or add or remove the resources. Click a new instance. In this new instance, you need to be make sure that you select the region and all the details as you have selected for the VM. So you simply need to click, no not to need not to change any other thing. Uh, okay, default access, okay, save and continue. Okay, so in auto scaling part, as you see, you can add or remove or scale out only add instance to the group. So we will be choosing add and remove instance to the group so that when the CPU utilization is high, it can add the instance. If the CPU utilization is low, is normal, it can remove the instance. By default, it is given minimum 1, maximum 10. That is cool. We can change the CPU utilization if you need, if you wants to add the instance by when the CPU utilization 50%, you can given that also. But 60 will be fine because this is the most required thing. All other things are good to go. Now we can simply click on create to define the scaling process. So as you can see, we have created the auto scaling part where the CPU utilization we have selected 60. So if the CPU utilization go beyond 60, so it will add the instance in the VM, otherwise it will remove them. So it will give us a confirmation message as soon as it get completed. So wait for that message until then it get complete. It will not take much time. Will be very soon get completed. Yes, so it has been created. The auto scaling has been created, so it will add or remove the instance on the based on CPU utilization. So we have seen how we can create a VM. We have also seen how to create an user grant access. We also define the firewall setting to allow or deny the access and auto scaling part as well. So thank you. Have a good day.